Hey beautiful people, welcome in. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you, especially to those 17 return viewers. Thank you so much for viewing. I hope these readings benefit you in some way, and share with a friend. Yes, do that. Let's get this channel growing and come together as a community. And thank you to those who are subscribed and who are pressing that like button. Much appreciated. The small channels like this one struggle to get moving, so help us today, the little channels. Yes. Okay, so this is your quick pick a card, and pile 1 we have the penguin, the baby penguin, pengu. Yes, with diamantes we have the penguin. Okay, pile 2 we have the tortoise and the crane. Yes, we do. Golden crane and golden tortoise. And then pile 3 we have the lady beetle with diamantes around the neck. You might have a pet with a diamante collar, so the ladybird, or lady beetle I think they call in other parts of the world. Okay, you chose pile 1. You chose the penguin, the mama penguin and the baby, or maybe it's papa penguin and the baby pengu. Yes, penguins. Don't you just love penguins? Yes. Okay, let's find out what you need to know today. And we're starting off with the Island Time Wellness cards. Oh, communication. Perhaps there's going to be a communication between yourself and someone that you love. Address concern without attacking person. Communication is the issue. Oh, okay. Healthy, loving dialogue. Perhaps this has been a block to you. This is what we need to be mindful of, how we communicate with others. If you're having a difficult time with someone, it's time to lay down the arms, lay down the war. Attacking one another is not going to get us anywhere, although sometimes it does give us a sense of self-satisfaction to tell someone what you're really thinking. But it could hurt them more than it hurts you, is what I'm getting here, because we have somebody who's, you know, big communication and little communication here. That's interesting, like the big penguin, the little penguin. So one person might have more power than the other, or one person is more youthful than the other, less experienced. So we need to be mindful of that as well. We cannot treat everyone as equals when it comes to youth and experience and things like that, is what I'm getting. Lion, time to act. The lion is roaring, Leo energy. And this is interesting because it's like this lion is attacking with this communication here. So, and that communication bubble is coming out of the lion's mouth. So somebody is being a little bit aggressive with their communication, perhaps even thoughtless. You're a very strong, aggressive communicator is what I'm getting, or they are. And somehow there needs to be a touch of tenderness here in order to break through an impasse I'm getting now. So tea leaf, oh, apple. Apples don't fall far from the tree. It could be a chip off the old block. Perhaps this is somebody within your family. It could be a child of yours. You could be their child, that kind of thing. Sometimes when you're both similar, it can create conflict. Temptation will test you. Going into the future, from today, from this moment on, you need to kind of consider who you're speaking to, why you're speaking to them like that, and vice versa. If somebody's just keeping you in a loop, in a cycle of tit for tat, you need to break that. You need to kind of be the bigger person in breaking that. So it's kind of like just be silent, and let them, be silent, let them speak, let them roar loud. You know, they want their voice to be heard in some way. And they need you to listen, is what I'm getting, or vice versa. So we can't force that, because this is the card of strength. We can't force that. Maybe this is what's happened. You know, you've tried to, you know, force people to see, force people to wake up, for, you know, too much force here, or vice versa. Flip it around, whichever way it goes. And we have a chameleon here. Yeah, you need to kind of be a bit more of a chameleon, be a little bit more subtle in your approach, or this is what they're learning to do, and don't communicate with this person until they can learn these lessons. And we have July. Yeah, so emotional disruption in July. There could be a new beginning here with the sunrise. or an opportunity to do it again, but this time do it right. But yeah, there's a tsunami of emotion here. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Temptation here with the apple. It could be a Capricorn here as well. But there's a welling of emotion that is brewing. So yeah, somebody feels very emotional. They're tempted to let you have it, or if you're tempted just to let them have it, you have to consider who you're talking to, yeah, and how it affects them. Yeah, do you have the capacity to harm them more than they do you, is what I'm getting here. And then we have the Hermetic Tarot, Queen of the Thrones of Flame. So we have a Queen of Wands here. Yeah, somebody could be trying to put your fire out a little bit, or just needing a time to cool off. A cooling off period could be needed here as well with the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is very passionate, Leo energy again. But look at this Queen of Wands feeling rather glum, looking a little bit glum and down, wishing for something better, or wishing for some kind of peace, or they're just sick and fed up of hearing somebody else washing their emotions all over them, is what I'm getting to say to you. So, you know, we need to be careful of that. But the Queen of Flame, you know, the Queen of Wands is more than capable of dealing with other people's emotions. The Queen of Wands is very good at bringing peace to a situation, actually. The Queen of Wands can be very fiery, but at the same time can also be diplomatic, because the Queen of Wands is represented by Leo, and Leos know people. They can be very diplomatic. Yes, fiery and passionate, but also diplomacy here is needed. Because the Queen of Wands is very good at bringing the right people together at the right time, I'm getting here as well. So things could come to a head in July, or somebody's just waiting for you to say something, waiting for you to do something so they can jump at you like this lion laying in wait, you know, waiting for the prey is what I'm getting. Oh, and the Emperor in reverse. So somebody who's a little bit tyrannical. And this is called the Son of the Morning. So this is interesting because we have the morning here. You may have been born in the morning. You may be a son. Yeah, or this could be, you know, you could be related to this person through parental lines. Yeah, family. I don't know why I said parental lines. You could be the parent. Yeah, so the Emperor in reverse can be somebody who's young and immature, who's unable to wield their power. Like, they're very powerful. They could be very spiritually powerful, but at the end of the day, don't have the maturity or the wisdom or the feeling of security to be able to wield their power in a more diplomatic way. So it's kind of like they're waging war out of thoughtlessness and immaturity and lack of wisdom, rather than strategically. Like, this person isn't this is not a strategy. They're not using a strategy. It's like they're not a narcissist. This is not deliberate. It's what I'm getting. It's almost like miscommunication, or they're just plain old angry at you for some reason, or you them. And then we have a Page of Swords. So this person looks a bit sheepish. What, me? I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. Yeah, Page of Swords needs to clear the air here. Yeah, somebody's kind of just waiting to put the dagger in here as well. There could be another feminine here involved with this Page of Swords. Again, somebody who's immature. They just don't have your intellect. But it's kind of like, yeah, I just dare you. I dare you. Temptation will test you. Yeah, I just dare you because I'm ready to stick the knife in. Don't give other people who behave badly the opportunity to blame you by you behaving badly. You know what I mean? Like, if you behave true and diplomatically and cautiously in the face of adversity, then they can't really put you into a circular argument. They can't keep the focus on you. You know, you need to keep putting the focus back onto them. And how do you do that? You ask them what makes them feel that way. You know, you inquire. So some inquiries here. Inquire, ask the right questions that calm the waters rather than fuel the fire. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of immaturity here is what I'm getting. And then, and a King of Cups. So the King of Love, the King of Emotions, the King of Balance. With the July card could be Cancer here. So, yeah. If you are a King of Cups, somebody's just waiting to stick the knife into you. It could be somebody that you deal with through a contract here as well. This could be a karmic contract. If you're the King of Cups, you could have an older person, a father, who's very immature. They're always criticizing. They're always just waiting for you to be less than perfect. So you need to kind of embrace this King of Cups energy. Be the king of emotions. Stay steady in the face of overwhelming adversity. So you could have a Queen of Wands around you who's going through a very difficult and emotional time. They feel torn is what I'm getting, and they could come to you, the King of Cups, for advice. But there's somebody lurking around who's fueling this fire, like gossip here, or somebody's whispering and fueling the fire. Okay. So we have Deer of Delta. And again, look, we have a mother and child. As we had the penguin baby, now we have the deer baby, Bambi. Yeah, you need to be as innocent as a lamb or something and as cunning as a fox. I don't know the biblical saying. 26, 62, 8. So you could be 26, you could be 62, you could be 8. But yeah, power here. Power with the number 2, it's, decisions, but it's also partnerships. And 6 is about family. It's about peace and harmony. Often people who choose to live in number 6 houses, the number 6 vibrates with family and harmonious family. So this is what's being asked of you. Make the right decisions to bring peace to a situation. Bring people together rather than try and tear them apart is what we need to do, because trying to tear each other apart is the devil's tricks. So with the Emperor in reverse, this could also be representative of somebody who's, practicing the dark arts, somebody who's caught in the dark, somebody who's a bit of a devil or a demon. They're working for the wrong side is what I'm getting. So I just want to read this Deer of Delta. Okay. Without any force. Oh, didn't I say that? Oh, I love it. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied. Yeah, see the Emperor in reverse, somebody's just trying to bully you, dominate you. Somebody might be trying to sort of pretend that they're squeaky clean, that they're innocent, like getting other people to do their dirty work. It can be here as well. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. So, 26/8, stand in your power. Send love and light to these people in the shadows. Send love and light to people caught up in this aggression. Families being torn apart, fighting over things that you have no control over. People who are unable to communicate in mature ways. They just want to be angry because they are angry. So you stand in peace. Be a mirror of peace. Instead of reflecting their anger back at them and their frustration back at them, reflect love and peace. Okay, love to you. Pile number 2, welcome. And you chose the crane, the golden crane, sitting atop the tortoise. Yes, beautiful. Okay, let's find out what you need to know, starting with the Island Time Wellness. Mingle. Go to places that pique your interest. Attend social gatherings. Talk to, meet new people. You need to get out and mingle. Maybe you're already doing this. Perhaps you enjoy being sociable. The universe is encouraging you to continue mingling. There's some people who need to meet you, is what I'm getting. Tree. Affairs with your family. Okay, it's a family affair. Perhaps there's a family event about to occur. And you're going to be mingling with new people. You could be meeting people through your family or through a soul crew or a soul tribe, a new family. We can create our own families. It doesn't have to be the bloodline. And clouds. Oh, temporary problems within the family. Okay, go and find a new family. Create a new family. This is like people who talk about children who are brought up as only children. And the thing is, at the end of the day, they're very good at finding new family. They're very good at finding new friends. And they're also pretty good at just being on their own. So when a child is young, being an only child cannot always be easy because the parents are completely focused on you and their eyes are never off you. And there's no one else to distract them. It can be difficult to be an only child. But at the end of the day, you learn things that other children don't. You learn to be more independent. You learn how to mingle with others, and you also understand that family isn't always about bloodlines. So that's for somebody. Yeah, lovely. Oh, rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Yeah. I think that speaks for itself. That came up this morning in Divine Daily Download. We'll continue. Lord of Valor, 6 of Wands. Oh, no, 7 of Wands. Here it's the Lord of Valor, somebody who can succeed over others. But for me, it can also be hidden enemies and hidden conflicts, things that are below the surface that you are aware of. Trying to be combative rather than taking a leadership role can be the 7 of Wands. Yeah. Perhaps somebody's, shouting you down, trying to convince you, or somebody just has a completely different point of view or opinion than you do. If you're in a situation where, you've got parents who are arguing, fighting, it's just like a combative situation, it's time to go out on your own. It's time to mingle. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to create your own family is what I'm saying. It's what I'm getting. Sorry, I just had to change my battery. So we have the 2 of Cups, the Lord of Love. Yeah. There's healing here, temporary problems. The clouds will dissipate and love and union will be there for you. But while I was changing the battery, I was thinking about the 7 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you don't need to battle anymore. Like, just stop battling, put down the fight. This seems to be a running theme at the moment. Yeah, you've got people who are just trying to, It's almost like you're being pushed away because you have to find your own life, is what I'm getting. You have to find your own family once again. You may find yourself out on your own, but it won't be long until the clouds part and the Lord of Love appears in your life. But yeah, within a family, or because it talks about affairs with the family, there is a betrayer. The cock crows 3 times, the great betrayal. So this is the divine universe kind of pushing you away. It might be very hurtful. It might feel like abandonment and things like that, or neglect, or, or these people don't love me, or, all of these feelings. You need to overcome those. Your strength and your will and your willpower, is easily depleted because you find yourself in the face of people who should love you, who are combating with you. But all families fight. Families tear each other apart all the time. This is the universe saying your job is done. Wherever you are right now, your job is done. Whether you're single, whether you're with somebody, whether you are, battling with family in some way, your time is done with them. I'm not saying permanently because it says temporary, but at the moment, you need to go and find a new family, okay? And you will with the 2 of Cups. You will find love. You will find a new family. You will find your soul crew and soul tribe. It's time to stop battling and fighting and getting into the flow of your life. Oh, death, yeah, rebirth. Death and rebirth. There's an ending coming to this. Whoever this arrogant and boastful person is, even if that's, you could think, oh, well, I can be a little bit like that, because I know that I can be. Sometimes I do it tongue-in-cheek. I don't do it seriously. I don't really think that much of myself. Sometimes I do. Anyway, death. Yeah, so there's something here to do. And see, look, there's a baby. Yeah, a baby. Somebody could be treating you like a baby, or there could be something here to do with children and grandchildren and pregnancies and babies and things like that. But it's also kind of like, with the death card here, it's time for a rebirth. It's time for renewal. It's time for change. It's not for you to change these people. It's for them to realize their part in it. When you subtract yourself out of the situation, when you take yourself out of the situation, out of the combative places and away from combative people, no matter who they are, then they're going to continue being that person. They're going to continue to be that arrogant, aggressive, rude person. And they're going to see that. They're going to see that about themselves, because at the moment they're blaming you, is what I'm getting. Yeah, they think that you're a pushover. They think you're a baby. They think that you're innocent and naive, that you're easy to boss around and push around. And maybe you are. Maybe you are very tolerant. You could have very high tolerant levels with the Lord of Valor here with the 7 of Wands. You're very tolerant until you're not. You're very patient until you're not. Like, everything wears thin. If people are going to continue chipping away at you, pecking away at you like this rooster, there's going to come a time where you're going to explode, where you're just going to react. You're just going to say, well, fuck you. You're arrogant, boastful bastard, and you don't know how to communicate because you're immature and stupid, these sorts of things. Or you may have already apologized a million times. This is the other thing with the Seven of Wands. You keep apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But it doesn't matter. They keep treating you this way, humiliating you. Yeah, there's going to be a dramatic change here, dramatic change in the air with this transformation card. And when we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so, we have greedy, needy, toxic here as well. Or they're trying to keep you down. Or they could be protecting a Queen of Pentacles here against you. If you are a Leo or a Cancer, a Scorpio here, they're I don't know what a rooster represents. It's a bird, so it must be an air sign. And clouds, air, sun, Leo. Yeah, somebody's just full of hot air. And then we have earth here, with the tree. The tree can be pentacles. It could be Seven of Pentacles. So, yeah, you're just cycling around, the karmic tree. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who's ultimately disloyal. So this person, you might have just said, the person you're with is disloyal, they're this, they're that, this has come up in a reading, and they've turned on you. And this is the thing, you if you don't get along with somebody else's partner or the person who, you're trying to tell, they're going to turn on you because they can't see it. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who is disloyal. They're very critical. They're a henpecker. So whatever's going on here in this family, this rooster, I'm getting, this hostile rooster has to come to it themselves. And you have to let them get on with it. You have to let them have their experiences and take yourself out of the equation. And then we have Tantra. I'm getting karma from that. But 1881-9. Be open to that which seems unfamiliar or different. You will experience a breakthrough as you embrace an unusual approach. You are on a soul path of accelerated spiritual growth, which is swifter but not always easier. You do not have to contrive your own happiness, but you can dip into the bliss within your body to lighten your mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. So there's an intermingling here of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energies. You're about to meet and come into union with somebody who matches you on a soul level. And everything that's gone before has had to prepare you for this union, because we can't bring our baggage or our toxic past into this union. There also may be toxic family that cannot be a part of this union until this union is solidified. Okay, love to you. Okay, pile 3. You chose the ladybird or the lady beetle. Yes, lovely. Okay, let's find out what you need to know. And we're using the Island Time Wellness cards, oracles. We'll start. Oh, baggage. Oh, that's how pile 2 ended. You cannot take baggage into this new relationship, into your new life. Okay, you're chained to something. Not letting go, hanging on to the past, hurts, issues. Identify and heal patterns that impact relationships. So, we can't sabotage our future relationships anymore. We have to let go of the baggage. We cannot self-sabotage. We cannot let others sabotage. So there's a lot of sabotage here. Okay, somebody's keeping secrets in a briefcase. Oh, vulture. Yeah, vultures. Picking at your bones. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. And that's it. We can't take that into our future. There's always going to be people who are against us, and we can't react in old ways. We have to move forward in love and light and in confidence, and identify straight away whether this is somebody you really want to be with or not, based on past experiences and lessons rather than based on past hurts. Like, do not sabotage this. Yeah, it's what I'm getting. Gong. An exciting event. You're going to be invited to an exciting event. It could actually be to a restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, or it could be something to do with Chinese New Year, which would be February. Is it next year? January, February? You could actually even be going to a retreat or going to a Buddhist temple of some kind, but also banging that gong and using music and all of these things to dispel bad energy. It's like this person here is looking at this vulture and banging the gong to scare it away. So, clearing the energy, clearing the air. When you feel overwhelmed, it's time to kind of address that immediately. But an exciting event, it could be to do with May. So we're running out of this May. It's cherry blossoms here. Could be something here to do with Japan or China or something like that. But yeah, you have the strength. And, you know, we are all energy, and sound waves and energy waves affect us very deeply. So that's for someone. It could actually be within the next few days, or you're born in May, which is Taurus energy. You're getting to the core of those things that have held you back, or you're getting to the core of your triggers, like you're getting to the core of who you are deep down inside, or what blocks you deep down inside. You're digging deeper and deeper every day and hitting that gong to dispel that dark energy, those stubborn things that seem to stay, you know, the stubborn patterns that are hard to break. They will be broken. Yes, there's a river flowing your way as well, a river of cleansing. Lord of pleasure, okay, that is Six of Cups. So you could be invited to an event to do with a family, or a reunion, school reunion or something like that. Your life is about to become easier. Your life is about to become all about pleasure, which is lovely. Yeah, no longer dreaming, no longer nostalgic about the past, but creating new memories. Yes, Six of Cups, creating new memories going into the future. Beautiful and loving memories is what I'm getting. And then we have the mages of eternal gods, the Hierophant here. Yeah, so it's breaking away old structures with the vulture, depression, anxiety. Taurus energy, again, somebody who's very rigid, stuck in their ways. Yes, and they're looking back, you know, they're trying to wonder where they went wrong, what they did wrong. What they did wrong was they preyed upon people and picked at people's bones until the person had to, you know, had to start banging drums and gonging, hitting that gong to chase the devil energies away. Somebody could be doing some kind of dark magic here as well. But yeah, you're moving away from the vultures of life. You're letting go of your baggage. Now they have to confront their baggage now that you've left, because their personality doesn't change whether you're in their life or not, right? Just as yours doesn't deep down, unless you really want it to. But we have people who don't want to change. They just don't want to be wrong. They're just stuck. And there's nothing we can do. Oh, Ace of Wands. Yeah, so burn that bridge. But it's an exciting event, exciting news. Something exciting is going to ignite your passion. Something is just going to be an aha moment. Something you're creating is going to become exciting. Is what I'm getting. But also saging and clearing the energy around you is very important. Getting into a routine, a ritual almost, getting into a ritual of cleansing every day is what I'm getting to say to you. And then we have, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, they're having fun. Yeah, Seven of Cups, lots of options. Yeah, you need to kind of become clear is what I'm getting here as well. But it's almost like there's going to be a social event. You're going to feel a bit groggy, too much alcohol, that kind of thing going on with this Seven of Cups. But it's almost like to manifesting. You're going to, with this, it's like this person's got their arms out, they're just manifesting. You're going to manifest just everything. It's like, yeah, I mean, I know that Seven of Cups is often gas, you know, it's all the negative, we've got negative aspects of the Seven of Cups, but this is in the upright. And see, this is, you know, the opposite. These cards give you a reverse view of the card, of the meaning. So yeah, you're just going to be able to manifest things out of thin air is what I'm getting. You're going through the final stages of purification, and everything's just going to start feeling pleasurable again. Your taste buds, you know, are going to ignite once again, where everything became tasteless, and it's almost like you were living in a dream. You know, it's like, wow, my life just feels like a dream, like you know, there's a partition between you and what's going on around you. That's part of awakening and coming to spiritual life as well. So you're going to be kind of brought back to life, and life is going to become pleasurable again is what I'm getting to say to you. And then we have 7 blessings of Eve, number 7. You could be a life path 7. And we have this snake, temptation in the Garden of Evil. Oh, in the Garden of Evil, temptation. Maybe it is the Garden of Evil. Yeah, so you're dispelling myths as well. Like, you know, people are going to see the light. They're going to see things for what they are. You're dispelling myths, you know, all that is mythical, all that was hidden is going to be seen. The veil is thinning, the veil is lifting. And those people who deserve to have pleasure, a good life, will have it. And you see we have this egg here. It's like the, what do you call it? The cosmic egg. Yes. So you're about to see things in a way you've never seen them before. It's like gong, all of a sudden you're awake. So it could be like a spontaneous awakening. And it's almost like you look at a fire and you go, okay, fire, be flames. And it just does that. Like, this is what we're moving to. This is, yeah, it is. You can just think it and it's there. You know, people who wish ill on others, or if you're still wishing that you know, your ex-partner would fall down a mountainside, you can't take that into certain realms. You know, there are certain realms where those thoughts are forbidden. You can't rise and ascend into the Garden of Eden kind of world, into a pure universe, if your mind isn't pure. We are living in Kali Yuga, which is the most darkest of times, and we have to have beautiful minds and beautiful thoughts and beautiful, like, it's, you know, or we have to progress towards that so we can progress to the next level. Okay, 7 blessings of Eve. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest. Oh, there you go, as a blessing in your life. We've got 3 days to the end of May. Within 7 days, why not? You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words. There we go. So they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and farther reaching than you realize. Wow. Yeah, that just summed it all up. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I love it when that happens. Okay, love to you. Bye.